clear out that external energy, whatever you've come from, to be settled right into your body and your space right now. Allowing the eyes to close or keep them open in a steady gaze. Welcome. Whatever helps you to tune into your body right now in this moment, in your breath, and let go of the external distractions. Start to find that embodiment practice, beginning to notice the ground coming up to support you, whether it be your feet, the backs of your thighs, your sit bones. And seeing if you can find that equal space between the sit bones that allows you to be right in the center and not heavily weighted on one side versus the other. From the ground to your sit bones, lengthening the spine as though each vertebrae just had a little bit more push between the next. The crown of the head rising and the chin resting in gently. Let's begin to tune into those other senses that we might not pay attention to. Can you tune into maybe the sounds from outside of your space? Turning that awareness to the sounds maybe inside of your space, which might be the sound of your own breath. Turning that awareness to the air flowing in and out the tips of the nostrils. See if you can track it all the way from the tips through the nasal passages towards the back of the throat. And then reverse that awareness as it comes back out the nasal passages to your upper lip. One more awareness, just like that. Again, to find that equal length of your inhale to the equal length of your exhale. And I'm going to suggest a 6-count breath. If that feels too long, please shorten it by 1 or 2. You should never feel like you're gasping at the top. I'll take us through the first, so full breath out. And we breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathing out 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Continue on your own. 3 more cycles. As you're building tension in the jaw, the shoulders, that might be 1 more count than you need to go. Your next exhale, just letting go of the rhythm and returning to whatever feels comfortable, and take a pause to notice how that breath practice makes you feel so that you can use it anytime if you like the way that it makes you feel. All right, let's bring the palms together. If you'd like, we're setting our intention for the day, so you could always have them in your lap, whatever feels authentic. Spread those fingers wide, thumbs are coming towards your chest or your breastplate, and then the elbows spread out. With that energy, we're rising up through the crown of the head, just enough effort. All right, let's keep that pressure as we point the fingers forward. You're gonna reach, and then if it feels okay, flip the palms so you're pushing the air away. And then you're gonna flip those palms up, reach up to the sky. And we're going to come right down the center, a little bit of pressure. All right, send it forward 2 more times. So each time the hands are together, there's that little bit of effort there. Flip the palms. And we're back to center. And last one. Maybe back in the center, base of the palms down towards your belly button, elbows out. One last breath here. Let go of that. And for clasp those hands and find that figure eight. And I've been doing more of a wrist kind of motion here rather than open arms. So whatever floats your boat this morning. Okay. Whenever you get to the center of your figure eight next time, let's take a pause and we're going to head the other direction. Let's come to pause. Keep those hands clasped. We're going to send the backs of the hands forward. Let your shoulder blades round so your little wings are rounding forward. Let your head drop. We're going to flip those palms whenever you're ready. Rise up. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to reflip around the shoulder blades. Hands to belly. Inhale. Open up the chest. Maybe lift the chin. Okay, so two more just like that. We breathe out to round. Flip to rise, inhale. Reflip to round, exhale. Hands to belly, inhale, open. Good, last one, breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. All right, come back to center, make any little adjustments. You're going to take the right hand down beside you. Drop that elbow a little bit closer towards you. Drop the shoulder. We're going to sweep that left arm up and over. I'm going to take the gaze down this morning. I'm going to send that right hand down to send your left sit bone down. Let's bend that left elbow to maybe lightly grasp the side of your head. One more breath. We're going to push the floor away for you to come back up, release. That left hand's going to come to the outside of your right thigh. Right arm's going to come up and over. And again, once again, taking the gaze down towards the left. Shoulders ease from the ears. One more breath to breathe into those right side gills. Exhale, we're going to take that right hand to the outside of your right hip and we're just into that mild rotation now. Even though you're turning right, your left shoulder stays back rather than curling forward with you. One more breath. All right, we'll exhale, bring it back to center. Make any little adjustments before we head to the other side. All right, drop the left hand down to the side, bend that elbow a little bit to get your shoulder out of the ear, and we'll sweep that right arm up and over, taking that gaze down towards the left. Just a little bit of effort of that left hand pushing your right sit bone down. And then we'll bend that right elbow to take hold of the side of the head. Just cup the head a little. You're going to breathe into those upside gills. One more breath. And exhale, push the floor away from you. Release that hand. Take it to the outside of your left thigh and reach the left arm up and over. Taking the gaze down towards the right. One more breath. Send the left sit bone down. Exhale, we'll take the left hand to the outside of the left thigh or hip into that mild rotation. So from the center of the collarbones out to the tips of the shoulders, it's spacious. One more breath. Great, and then we come back to center. Getting little adjustments. Let's do this little last neck stretch here. So we're going to reach the right arm up, pat yourself on the back. Take hold of the top of the head with with your left hand and look over towards the left. You're going to start to take the head down towards, or the chin down towards your left hip crease or collarbone. And try to keep that right elbow facing to the sky. You can always do this without the arms. You don't have to have the arms here. Still breathing. One more breath, conscious. To come out of it, press the fingertips to the back of the head to give you a little resistance coming back up. And release. All right, let's take the left arm up, pat yourself on the back. Take the top of the head with your right hand, look over towards the right, and take your chin down towards your hip crease or chest again. That left elbow stays skyward. And you're breathing. Try to draw your mid-rib cage in just a wee bit. One more breath. Great. To come out, press the fingertips to the back of the head as you slowly bring yourself back out. All right, release. All right, let's start to transition. We're going to make our way onto hands and knees, or if you're not on the floor, you can have hands on a table surface or a chair. All right. Let's open up the knees wide if you are on your hands and knees, and we're going to start with that barrel roll. So we're going to shift over to the side of the barrel, scratch the top of the barrel, over to the other side of the barrel, and down to the bottom of the barrel. So that might be an exhale as you're stretching to the top of it, and an inhale as you reach to the bottom. Does not feel great on your body this morning, you can always choose to maybe do a cat and cow, just straight, arch and round. All right, we're going to reach the bottom of the barrel. Yep, it's Monday. Take the bottom of the barrel, and then we're going to head the other direction. Not really necessary to breathe in or out in one direction, just asking that you're breathing into whatever feels comfortable. All right, next time we reach the bottom of the barrel, let's pause there. We're going to come back so the knees are a little bit more underneath your shoulders. Hands are underneath, knees under your hips, hands under your shoulders. Spread the fingers that wide. Push the floor away from you. We're going to take your right leg back. Actually, let's bend it. Let's bend it and do a few ankle circles. Maybe 3 in each direction. Start to wake up those arms and your hips. And then we'll do 3 circles in your hips. So you're circling it around. As big and broad as you are able to at the moment. And when you reach where it's touching the floor again, you're going to head the opposite direction. So you're going to kick it up, swing it out, and bring it back to center. All right, let's reach that leg all the way back and reach back through your toes. Push the floor away from you as you send yourself back into that heel. You're going to press up through your hands to broaden the shoulders and the back of the neck. All right, bring it back through center. Let's just take a little break off the hands. I'm going to come into tall kneeling and take those hands back behind. Hands come towards the floor, shoulders open. 1 or 2 breaths. All right, we're heading back down. Plant those hands, spread out those fingers. I gotta switch around so I'm gonna hit the wall. So, here we go. Ankle circles first. Maybe 3 in each direction. All right, and then we're going to start those hip circles or swivels. You're going to make as big of a circle or Whichever side feels good this morning. When it comes back down to the floor after that third time or so, pause and then head the other direction. Kick it up, bring it down, and swirl it out. Back through center and take that leg all the way back. Reach those toes back. Push the floor away from you as you send yourself back into that heel. Broaden the shoulders and lengthen the back of the neck. One more breath. All right, bring it back to center. Let's come off those hands. Give them a little shake out if they need. Take the hands one clasp over behind you. Send the hands down as you rise up, open up the chest. It's a little mini camel. Maybe 1 or 2 breaths. All right, we're gonna bring those hands back down. We're gonna do a little bit of core work here. So spread those fingers. Right under your shoulders, push the floor away from you. You're gonna take one leg back. We're going to lift it just enough to keep the hips parallel. Take the opposite arm forward. Thumbs facing up, palm is to the inside. Right, we're going to exhale, bring a knee and elbow towards center, and then inhale, reach back out again. They don't have to touch, and you'll see my back stays relatively flat throughout. It's not like doing a crunch. Keep pushing the floor away from you so you don't collapse into that shoulder. Where are we? Let's go 2 more. Next time you're reaching out, see if we can hold. Stay there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We bring it back in. Let's take maybe a puppy dog. I'm going to tuck the toes, send the hips back, reach the arms forward, and I'm actually going to turn the palms up today. If that doesn't feel great on your shoulders, just keep palms down. Full breath in wherever you are. Let your belly expand. Exhale, mouth open. Okay, whenever you're ready, we'll slowly start to make the transition back onto hands and knees. Plant those hands, push the floor away from you. Take your right leg back this time. Level it up just to keep the hips parallel. Opposite arm reaches forward. Okay. Same thing. Exhale as we come to the center. Inhale as we reach away. Keep breathing. Keep pushing the floor away from you with that right hand. One more, and then we're going to hold. Next time you're reaching out, pause there. Push the floor away. Keep holding and breathing for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Send it back down. Again, maybe keep those toes tucked. Take the arms forward. If you like that palms up version, keep on with it. We've got 2 breaths here. Belly expansion on the in-breath. Exhale, mouth open, that ha sound. All right, let's bring it back up. Just one last core one we're going to go through here. We're going to go half plank to full plank, and you can always stay in half plank if that's calling to you today. So let's spread out the fingers, push the floor away from you. You're going to take 1 foot back. It doesn't matter which one, but just notice which one it is because we're going to switch it next time. All right. Belly strong, and if it feels okay, take the other foot back. I'm going to take the legs out or the feet out a little wide, so just a variety here. And we're going to start to shift back and forth. So forward towards your hands, back towards your heels. You can always keep your knees down, both knees down, and do the same, or try that half plank version. Shoulders nice and strong. 3, 2, 1. Come down to rest. Take any version of rest you like. Child, puppy dog, kneeling, or maybe you just want to get off those knees completely, or, oh, sorry, not knees, but hands completely. And chest breath. All right. Shake it out. This time we got our plank, and then we're going to shift to a downward facing dog. So let's plant the hands again. Last one, and then we'll get off our hands. Push the floor away from you and take the opposite leg back first. Get strong through the belly. When you're ready, exhale, take the other leg back. Separate those feet a little bit, maybe wider than hip width. This time we're going to rock side to side, so left to right. Hips don't twist or rock or sink. They stay level. 3, 2, 1. Shift up and back, downward dog. And if this still feels like too much effort right now, I'm going to walk the feet in a little. Take a child's pose. So we haven't been here yet. You can walk your dog out, bending one leg and straightening the other. If your calves are pretty tight, I might just hang there for a breath or two before switching rather than just going back and forth. Find the power in those arms pushing you away. Maybe 1 or 2 more breaths if you're still with me. Okay, come back to center. Again, if you're still with me, push the floor away from you. And we're back down, child's puppy dog or kneeling, whatever might feel most restful. Full breath in and out. Slowly peel my body back off the floor. Make sure your head comes up slowly, and then we're going to transition to standing. Let's grab your straps. Okay, 3-way strap stretch. You know this one by now. Take the legs out a little wide. In breath, rising. If you have the ability to go all the way back behind you, please take it. Still nursing my shoulder a bit. So using the Peloton app to do some shoulder strengthening has really rehabbed me. So give it up to Peloton. And I guess my effort of staying with it. Let's go last time. All right. Coming back up to the center point. In breath, out breath off to one side. Side stretch, look down to the floor that you're bending off towards. In breath up, exhale over. 1 more to each. We're back up to the top. Release. We'll take the strap back behind us for that last version. Feet should be out wider than your hips. Palms facing the back wall. Inhale, open up the shoulders. You could stop there if you don't want to do the bend over. If you'd like to, we're hinging at the hips and the knees. Take it forward. Arms can always stay on your backside too and just draw the shoulder blades open. That's a nice version. One more breath. We'll bring the hands closer to the backside. Pull on that strap and exhale. Use those strong legs of yours. Great. Let's shake out a little bit. Let's set the strap off to the side. And let's bring the blocks in. If you've got them, you don't have to use them. You can use a table, a chair, your thighs. I'm going to put the blocks at the top of the mat, feet about hip width apart. My hands aren't that wide. Let's pick up those toes and spread them to the best of your ability and set them down. Pinky to big toe. Send those thighs out as though you're pressing into an outer wall or a door jamb. Palms facing forward. We're going to start to lift up slowly. You're going to go a little slower than your patients might want. When they reach the top, the palms turn to face one another. And then from there, I'll start to slide up onto the toes, or maybe the toe base with all of the foot. Staying there. Last breath. Heels are going to come back to the ground. We're going to start to push the air down, so you're going to come almost like through chair pose. Palms facing down. I know, slow and patient here. Until you reach the blocks or your thighs, we're going to inhale halfway up. So that tailbone, those feathers kind of flare upward. Exhale, you can start to fold your way down. I'm going to keep the knees a little bit bent here to start. Just rocking out the back of the neck or head. You might be on the floor, you could be on the different levels of the blocks. You've got them. Last breath. Bend those knees. Start to take the hands forward again. We're going to put the palms up. Exhale, rise up slowly. When our arms reach up, palms face one another, and then we lift to the toes again. Shoulders out of the ears. Okay, heels back to the ground. Float the arms down. We find mountain pose. Woo. Kind of a long version of a little sun salutation. We're going to do it again. Here we go. Thighs pressing outward, thumbs pressing outward. We're going to just reach the arms first. Inhale. Good. Exhale, palms down. We start to come down through chair pose. Slow, slow, slow until you can reach whatever surface you're using. Halfway up on the inhale. Exhale, start to take your way down to whatever feels comfortable. You can even be up on your thighs if that feels best. You might want to rock the hips side to side, or maybe just stay in stillness. Start to come up onto the fingertips a little bit to lift my upper body. Bend those knees. Palms are going to lift forward and up as we slowly reverse that. Palms face one another once you get up. Lift to the toes. And then we float back down, mountain pose. All right, make any little adjustments. I'm going to walk the feet a little closer together. So as close as they can be. If the big toes can touch, great. If they need to be a little bit farther apart, that's okay. And then spread out your toes again. Plant the big toes together. Pinkies down. All right. We're going to sit the tush back. Bring the palms forward. So we're heading into chair pose. Just a little different version. I'm going to send the right hand back behind me and tuck it back behind on the sacrum. The left hand is going to come to the outside of that right thigh. So we're into that rotation. If this bothers the shoulder, just have it on the thigh or the hip. Eyes are pressing together in this one versus out. Keep breathing consciously anyway. Last breath in. Out, we reverse back to center, palms lifted. Exhale, rise back up. Make any little adjustments we need in mountain with the feet together, stay together. Okay, we're heading back in. I'm just going to switch sides so that you can see me. So I'm going to re-spread my toes in case they got and spread. We're going to drop back down to chair, palms lifted, eyes pressing together. I'm going to scoop the belly in a little, scoop the belly in a little bit to untuck the tailbone. Just a little bit too untucked. Take the left hand now back behind you, either sweeping it back behind your back or onto your hip. Right hand takes the outside of the left thigh. So not a huge rotation in the low back, more in the upper back and shoulders. Still breathing. Your thighs are pressing together. And I'm using this hand on my left thigh to almost press into. There's a lot of hip action here. For one more breath. Okay, come back in, sweep forward. And then exhale, rise up slowly. Good. You give you little adjustments. Mountain pose, one breath. Yeah, let's keep those feet together. All right. I asked you in the beginning if you had a little wall space, and so if you have a wall space that you can go to, find that now. And you're going to have your right side towards the wall. I haven't done this in so long that I've almost forgotten how. Oh, I know. Normally we use the block, but you can certainly go without. And if you don't have a wall space, I'll show an alternative. You're just going to go into the same position without the wall. So if you have a block, you're going to place that block on the wall, and your knee's going to catch it. If you don't have a block or it's just too complicated, just don't do it. All right. So my hip bones are lined up to a long side of the mat so that my hip, knee, and ankle in the front can be all in alignment. My right arm is going to go to the wall. I'm going to reach that left leg out as far as I can. Drop the shoulder, and then we're going to start to sweep that left arm up and towards that wall. Now, if you don't have a wall space, it's going to look something like that. Same pose, just different feedback from the wall. You can always have this left hand draped on your side or pressing down through that hip. Pull the shoulders out of the ears. And I'm pressing into that wall as much as I'm pressing into my outer heel. We're going to bend that top elbow and clasp the top of the head like we did in the very beginning. So just give your head a little rest. One more breath. Okay, start to sweep that left arm back and down. Use the wall to push away from. And then maybe grab that block so it doesn't drop on your foot. Heel toe back, find mountain pose, one breath. All right, rock to the other side. So, using the block if you got it, or just go without, it doesn't have to be there. Just a way to give a little bit of feedback. Hip bones again, line to the long side of the mat. Take that other foot out to as wide as you can take it. Drop the left forearm to the wall. Shoulder out of the ear, and we're going to start to sweep that right arm up and over. I have long enough arms or a reach that can reach the wall, and if you do, you can certainly use it. If you've got the hand to the wall, you can push those fingertips up against it as you reach through the right heel. Keep pressing that left arm to the wall as though you're into that, like a side plank. One more breath into the upside heels before we bend that top elbow. If you haven't already, let's bend the top elbow, clasp the side of your head with that hand. And you're still reaching the upside heels towards the sky. Okay, one more breath. All right, and then we exhale sweep the right arm down, use the hand to push away from the wall, grab that block, toss it down. Meet me in mountain pose. Let's go feet together, toes spread. And just a little bit of it. This is actually traditional mountain here. This is traditional mountain with the feet together. All right. Ease off, shake it off. We're going to use the wall again for a different version of tree pose. So if it doesn't work for your space, we're going into tree pose, okay? Just FYI. I'm gonna start to the right. So my left foot's gonna be my balance leg. The right knee is going to be open and touching that wall. Okay. So in this position, that the right knee touches the wall. So now that you have that little bit of wall support, maybe you can start to slide the foot up the ankle. You might have to adjust yourself to get that. Hip bones are gonna stay forward like headlights. Okay, maybe hands to the belly like we started in the beginning. So clasp those hands, hands to belly, open up the chest. And if you can sense if you're backing your heel or if you're leaning backwards, what do you have to do to try to find that midfoot balance? I don't know about you, but that standing leg for me gets a lot more work when I have the leg to the wall. I'm pressing into that wall just to weave it. We're going to start to reach the arms out, so keeping them clasped. Almost like you're holding a ring, like you're making a ring with your arms, so a little bit rounded. If you feel comfortable lifting them up towards the sky, you may continue that lift. And if you want to reach the palms to the sky, you're welcome to flip the palms. I know that left leg is feeling it. I am. Okay, one more breath with the reach, and then we're going to slowly bring the arms back down. Keep working that left leg. You got this. Hands to belly, open up the chest, release, woo, give that left leg a little bit of love. All right, shake it out, give it a little tap if it needs it. Okay, in mountain, we're gonna have those feet together again if that's available to you. One breath here, mountain pose. All right, we're switching sides. So either you're into just traditional tree with the back against the wall, or maybe you've got this version where the left knee is now into the wall. All right, so align yourself so that when you bend that left knee, the tip of the knee is onto the wall, and maybe instead of your foot being on the floor, you challenge yourself by bringing it up a little bit on your calf. Hip bones again lined up towards the front. You'll see my front knee is not really parallel to the other, and that's okay because if I did that, I'd be turning into the wall. All right, clasp those hands, one finger over, hands to belly. Notice if you're more into that midfoot or back in the heel. How do you find the midfoot if you're not there already? Watch out for hyperextending that left knee. You're going to keep it a little bit bent. Stay with me. We're going to start to bring the arms out to that little ring of fire you've created. Keep that lift through the leg. If you'd like, bring the arms up towards the sky. And you can keep them in that position, or you can flip the palms upward. Nice strong leg, tighten up through the thigh. Last breath for the reach. Reflip, we're back down, slowly. Make your little ring. Hands to belly. Last breath. Whew. Come on out, give that right leg a little love. I know you might have already exited. Give it a little taps if you need. And we'll find that mountain pose, feet together, working on your balance, thighs are pressing in rather than out. All right, nice work. We're going to start to transition back to the ground, but we're going to do it through a flow of poses. So back to the top of the mat with those blocks there perhaps. All right, let's bring feet together. Spread out the toes. You're going to bring the big toes together and the pinkies are going to spread out from there. All right, here we go. Let's rise up. Nice and slow like we did in the beginning. When you reach up to the sky, palms face. Maybe we're onto the toes. I know it's going to be a little bit less balanced here because you're in narrow stance. Heels back to the ground. We're slowly sitting back towards chair pose, palms up. Eyes pressing in towards one another. Exhale, find your way down. Halfway up, inhale. Exhale, folding forward. You can stay at your thighs, the blocks, or you might be at the floor. One more breath here to release that back tension. Move the blocks out of the way. You might want to do the same. And we'll start to make your way down. So either transitioning right to plank pose or come down onto your hands and knees and make it there. All right. So we're into plank pose just like we were in the very beginning. Feet out wide. Push the floor away from you. Nice strong body. You can always drop a knee to be in half plank. You're still using a lot of effort there. We're back to down dog in 3, 2, 1. Up and back. You can walk those feet in a little closer. Shoulders out of the ears. Press through your index and thumb space. We're down to child's in 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down. Take your version of child's puppy dog or kneeling. Whatever might feel most restful. Nice belly breath. Exhale, mouth open, ha sound. Okay, we're gonna slowly walk it back up. I'm gonna have us take a thread the needle here, so the arm version, not the leg version. See. So we join ourselves on hands and knees. We're going to take the left arm up towards the sky. Inhale. And exhale, sweep it through. Slide that along. You might want to drop the head on your hand, or maybe you like a block version. Some of you might like to reach this right arm forward. Or you want to take it back behind you. I'm liking just to keep it right here, and I press that right hand into my left arm as I drop my right shoulder. If you are not on the floor and this is not available to you, just come across and do something like this. So you're going to get that same stretch to that arm. One more breath here if you're still with me. Use your right hand on the floor to give you a boost back up. Exhale. All right, we reverse it. I'm just flipping because I've got a wall by me, but you don't have to. So we're going to take that right arm up. Inhale. Exhale, dive it through. Again, if you did one arm position on the last side, try to do the same on this one. Drop my right shoulder to the floor. My left arm is pressing into my right arm and dropping my left shoulder towards the floor. When you're ready, you'll use that left hand to give you a boost back up. Exhale. All right, let's make our transition onto your backs. So let's use it, bring a strap with us. I'm just going to face away from the camera, just not getting that shot, but we're going to go into happy human with our strap, and if you can reach your feet, you don't have to use your strap. I'm going to take that strap around the midfoot of both feet. Send those legs out wide. You might be, if you can grab onto your feet, you'll come on the inside of your legs, grab onto your big toe with your first two fingers and wrap them around. It's actually a mudra. Otherwise, take the strap and the arms are on the outside of the legs. We're going to rock it side to side. When we end up on the left side again, we're going to rest there. So you maintain the happy human or happy baby pose, but now you're resting on that left arm and left hip. Relax the shoulders. Relax that left hip, leg, thigh. With your next exhale, you're going to transition back to center and make your way over to your right side. So now you're resting on your right arm and your right hip. Your right shoulder relax down. See if you can let go of any holding or tension in your right thigh, leg. Next exhale, we're going to transition back to center. Let's reach those legs up just for a little break. So we can reach through the heels. Maybe grab onto the straps long. Shoulders are relaxed back. Toes are coming towards you. And find a little space in your low back that's not quite smushed down and not quite really arched, but somewhere right in the middle. Right, let's start to take the legs out wide. You're using your hands or your strap. And then we'll bend the right knee in and stretch the left leg out. So actually I have to pull the straps a little tighter. So bow and arrow. And we're going to pause there. Reach through the left heel. Swing across, so left knee bends, your right leg stretches out. Relax your jaw, eyes, shoulders. Good, let's go maybe one more to each side. Come up through center, take those legs both out wide. And again, not a real big arch through your low back, not real smush, but somewhere right in the middle as you reach through those heels. Shoulders are relaxed. If you're up against the wall, you can certainly use the wall to support you. Swing those legs back up to the sky. And if you want to let go of your strap, you're welcome to, or just keep holding. We'll just come into a little bit of an inversion here as we rest maybe the arms to the floor. Knees are a little bit bent. If and when you're ready, we'll just bend those knees in towards your chest. Take the knees out wide. And we can do those egg beaters. So the knees come in and they push out and away, each making their own circle. Maybe you exhale when you come knees to the chest. Inhale as you press away. Okay, perhaps next time you reach the knees together, then take them the other direction. A little bit of core here, a little bit of hips. time the knees come together, full, just hug them in, full breath in and out. All right, a little bit of free play time here, whatever your body is wanting. You got windshield wipers. Oops, I don't have room in the wall here. Windshield wipers up for grabs. Maybe a butterfly. Maybe you need to thread the needle for your legs as well. You are ready for that Shavasana. If you're still up against that wall or near it, you can use your wall to have your Shavasana or just do legs up the wall, Viparita, Karani. That bit of inversion. Bolsters or blankets or pillows under the knees and rest down. Let your back relax and your legs flop out. I will, as always, be seated. Right, you can keep moving. It's always your practice. You don't have to settle for Shavasana, but you have set this time aside, and since it's only like 2 minutes or something like that, maybe just giving yourself that time because you've already set it aside. When else are you going to just lay down on your back the rest of the day? We'll take a soothe every guided relaxation. We'll rest for some quiet. Hear the bells chime. 1, 2, 3. We'll slowly make our way back out. Eyes open or closed, your choice. Whatever helps you to tune in and tune out. Let go of the thinking muscles, smoothing out the skin of the forehead. Let that wave continue to the space between your eyebrows. Your eyes become heavy. Your head becomes heavy. Your joint to the jaw releases. Space between the teeth. Shoulders just settle a little bit farther away from your ears and a little bit more snug to the surface behind you. Find that anchor in your environment that's going to bring you back whenever your mind wanders. Might that be the sound of your own breath? You got nowhere to be, nothing to do. This time and space is yours. Breath becoming a bit more conscious, maybe a bit deeper, as you consciously fill the belly space, middle rib space, upper chest, heart space. And as you breathe out, reverse that motion. Slow and steady. Beginning a new mindful movement that you prefer if you haven't already. Maybe curling fingers and toes, rolling wrists or ankles, rocking the head, rocking the hips, and cat stretch or dog stretch as you reach the limbs in opposite directions. Hug in the knees, give yourself a hug if you haven't already. Rocking onto one side, wherever you might be in your transition, can you recall the intention? How are you going to show up today? Eventually, using your top arm and your exhale to guide yourself back to sitting. Meet me there if you're not there already. Take your time. All right, the mudra of the week is Trishula mudra. Trishula is a trident. The pinky comes in towards the base of the thumb, and then the thumb covers over the pinky. The other three fingers are outstretched, so something like that. So again, pinky's towards the base of the thumb, thumb covers the pinky, other fingers outstretched, and then the backs of the hands just rest on your thighs. This Trishula mudra is thought to engage the third eye chakra, the wisdom, the clarity. So bring some clarity into this week, releasing all your life's doubts and challenges. Easier said than done. So with that, we're going to have a breath practice. You're going to follow the breath through the tips of the nostrils up to the space between the eyebrows this time. We hit that third eye, not physically, and then exhale. You're going to let the air flow out. So I'm just using my finger to guide you through that, but you're not actually doing that. Hands in Trishula mudra. 3 breaths, that awareness. Inhale, tips of the nostrils. Follow it to the space between the eyebrows. On your exhale, reverse that out to the tips of the nostrils. Each time you inhale, it's like you're lighting up that space between your eyebrows. If you've gotten to the end of that last third breath, you can release Trishula mudra and come into Namaste hands, gratitude hands. However you feel authentic, maybe one hand is over the other, that is Vajraya mudra. Bowing to a place within you where you recognize that gratitude. What's one more thing in your life to be grateful for in this moment? All right, let's send this gratitude out in open arms, offering it beyond the walls that you're in. Thank you, thank you, thank you Palms coming together, holding on to that gratitude real close, at least for the rest of the day. I'll own once to seal the deal. Send us off on our way. If you'd like to join in, please do. Slow breath in. Slow breath out. A slow breath in to Om. We breathe in. And we breathe out, lips apart. Namaste. The spirit in me honors the spirit in each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here and taking time out of your lives to take care of yourselves. Peace in.